Just want to go over my trades that I took today real quick. Typically, I trade SPY and QQQ. Um, and as part of that, oftentimes I go through the top 7 stocks at nighttime or during pre-market, and I look for what the sentiment is, where it looks like certain stocks are going, if they're going in the same direction, etc. Last night I was looking at Tesla, and I noticed you could see it came down here and it made a lower high, kind of consolidated a little bit, then dipped down, made a lower low, and then it came up and made this pretty even high. Came back down, and I could see that this was probably going to be the start of an uptrend. You could see it. It went down below all that consolidation, came back up, didn't go all the way back down and make a lower low. Looked like the start of a higher low. Okay. So with that in mind, I went ahead and I decided to take calls on open on Tesla. And Tesla was an absolute winner today. Let me switch to a smaller time frame chart. So I was in calls in Tesla. I held them. I'm not even sure what time I exited, but it was somewhere in this area. I was at 110% return on that trade. I'm absolutely ecstatic about that. Wonderful. Okay. And then later on in the day, I came back and I entered right here, caught another trade. I didn't stay in as long, but it was another good return. Could have held calls all day long on Tesla. When I look at this chart, go back to the 4-hour, I think there is a good chance that it's going to keep moving up till probably 212.18. I mean, can't say for sure, but if I was a betting man, I think the uptrend on Tesla continues tomorrow, though it could pull back before that. Absolutely could. All right, so the other thing that I noticed as I was looking at stocks overnight is Google. And on Google, I tried to take puts on open. However, they didn't get filled. Oh well. So let's see what Google did on a smaller time frame. Google sold off after hours, little selling in pre-market, and then at open dumped. Wish I could have caught. I was focused on Tesla. I tried to do calls on Tesla and puts on Google at the same time. There were limit orders. The puts simply didn't get filled. Boo-hoo, I lose on that. Okay. However, I saw this. I tried to enter short right here and came back up. I lost. All right. I knew this thing was going to go. Tried again here, lost. That's it. I give up. Uh, I didn't have any like massive losses, but I tried twice and I gave up, and I just thought it was gonna keep going lower. I could have caught some shorts here, but it really just did that sell off at open, which was, if you go back to the 4-hour, you could see it coming. You could see it coming last night. I did not take any trades on SPY or the Qs. Just the way Tesla was trading, there was no reason for me to switch instruments. That's as clear as price action as you're ever going to get. Why mess with it? And look at SPY on open. It wasn't a terrible day. I mean, it did range up for most of the day, but at the time that I was really focused on trading today, we just had this stuck in between these two lines here for the most part. And I didn't pay attention to SPY for the rest of the day. If I would have, I probably would have taken some trades, but I didn't. It was a clear uptrend for most of that. Let's look at the Qs real quick. And again, Qs looks like we finished filling a gap today. That's why I have a purple box there. Qs were almost completely, well, they absolutely were in a range. If you look here, pre-market range, that's pretty much where we ended as well. So that's what happened on the Qs today, down then up. It looks like right now on the Qs here after hours, well, we're not gapped up at the second, but we did gap up after hours here. So that might be a sign of some movement to come tomorrow. I would say probably so. Look for some trends on Qs and on SPY tomorrow. That's my guess based on what I'm seeing after hours. Let's see what happens in pre-market. You know, don't just jump in based off what I think, but let's see if pre-market shows some movement. Let's see what happens at open and see if it lines up, and we'll get in some trades tomorrow. All right, later.